Here we go.
This special broadcast of Harding's March to the D2 National Championship live from McKinney ISD Stadium is brought to you by Sonic Drive-Ins of Searcy. Sonic, America's Drive-In. Double B's, where you can gas it, grab it, and go. First Security Bank. Bank better at First Security. And Stallion Transportation. Shipping with confidence. Now, here are your hosts, Randy Rainwater and Trey Schapp.
And good afternoon. Welcome to this special pregame show leading up to the Division II National Championship game between Ferris State and Harding University. I'm Randy Rainwater, joined by Trey Schapp, and we are in the middle. I don't know how else to explain it, describe it. It is a sea of humanity as the Harding Bison Nation has showed up. Trey, they are dressed, they are ready for today's game with Ferris State.
Randy, if those that were not here yesterday, I think it's doubled, maybe even tripled what we saw yesterday at the team hotel when you were doing Drive Time Sports, and they had the graduation ceremony last evening for those that were in Pennsylvania last week trying to win a football game, a semifinal game to where they could make it here to McKinney, Texas, but they've been able to do that, and they had a nice ceremony last night. A lot of people, not just from the state of Arkansas, have come up to us, but from all over the Mid-South, obviously the state of Texas, a lot of Harding fans, but even all parts of the country have come up to us. Hey, we listened to you on the stream. I listened to you on this. We love the coverage that you've been giving us, and it's a great day to be in McKinney, Texas. The weather is perfect, maybe a little bit windy if you're Ferris State, but if you're a Harding fan, you want it to be like this. You want it to be windy. It might cost them a chance of throwing the football around a little bit today, Randy, in this D2 National Championship game.
Nothing, you can't simulate the energy that you get from a national championship game. It doesn't matter if it's basketball, football, baseball, pick your sport. You can't find a greater energy that you'll find amongst the fans, because this is what you play for, Trey. This is what you started way back when you wanted to establish and make your stake towards a national championship. This is where it all pays off. This is where all the blood, sweat, and tears pay off, is right here in McKinney, Texas, for the D2 National Championship.
And, Randy, I know we're going to play some interviews that we got yesterday, and one of the questions I asked some of the coaches and some of the players is, you go back to August, you go back to the summer workouts in Searcy, when there's not a whole lot of people around. It's you and your teammates. It's that brotherhood that Coach Paul Simmons talks about so much within this program. They say that they probably had their best summer workouts that they have ever had in Harding football history, and it's paying off with a spot in a national championship game today. They worked all summer, all season to get to this point. They are here. Can they take advantage of it today?
All right, let's get the party started, and why not hear from the voice of the Harding University Bison, and that is Billy Morgan.
Billy, second time in 3 years you're going to get to call a national championship game. What are your emotions like?
I tell you what, 2 years ago I did not sleep well the night before because of just thinking about the game, thinking about our seniors from 2 years ago, and now we have a group of seniors that are 51-4, and knowing that it's going to be the last time that I'll get a chance to see them play. So, gosh, I think you just turn into a fan. I'm a fan with headsets on, watching the Bisons, and to get this opportunity, you don't know if you'll get another one, when you'll get another one. You just try to, I think, channel all the emotions and think about, gosh, the fans that are not able to be here and maybe are listening on the radio, and try to paint the picture as best as I can for them. But also, I don't want to suppress any of those emotions. I want those to be there because I think that's part of play-by-play radio, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm the same way with you. I like to get loud when there's exciting things going on and when it's not, and I don't agree with officiating sometimes. I say it. My wife, gets on to me about it, but you are the eyes for someone that can't be there, and they're listening to you, and you do have to paint that picture.
Yeah, and I think growing up in this state, I mean, I'm an Arkansas guy. I grew up listening to Paul Eels, Mike Nail, and those guys, and had opportunities to meet them both, and they were big helps for me. Randy Rainwater was a huge help for me. Ray Tucker, just go on and on from the play-by-play guys that we grow up with, and I think we all take a little bit from the different styles and then try to make it your own. But that's something that I have to keep in my mind, that the people that are listening to us on radio, they can't see the game. We want them to feel the emotion. Our engineer always gives me a hard time. Mark Pryor does a great job with us, but I always want that crowd. I want to hear that crowd, and I want to hear 2 years ago we could hear our crowd roaring, and when we go back and put the videos together that the fans get a chance to go back and see later, I think that's such a big part of it, is all the emotions that go around with it, and our fans have just been super, and so I want them to be a huge part of it.
You speak of the fans, and obviously there are going to be a lot of Harding fans in the stadium, in McKinney ISD Stadium. Do you think about those that are there, and when they might go back and listen to a replay, to where they might hear themselves? I mean, I know they're not going to hear themselves because they're so far away, but you do want that sound to come through. You know,
it's fun, and one of the most fun things about, I think, 23 was we put a reel together. It's still on, I don't know, one of the services, SoundCloud, something like that. And I have so many folks that'll come up and they'll play that for me. I have fans that have it, that's something that means a lot to me, that they come up and know that they were, that added something, I guess, to maybe the experience of it. We call former players at Harding old bisons, and we say that affectionately. And to have old bisons come up, and I had one come up and tell me a couple of years ago afterwards that he was glad that I was part of the soundtrack of the championship. I never forgot that. That meant the world to me, and I just honored to be here.
Calling play-by-play for this type of offense, do you ever lose the football?
Yeah. I think I lost it one of the playoff games. Cole Keelan is a magician back there with it. Kenny Wheaton does a great job of calling the plays, and so it'll happen a few times during the season. Happened once during the playoffs. I always have the opponent announcers come to me and say, "Hey, I said, you have to have binoculars, and you have to just keep your eye on the ball." And sometimes that's easier said than done, but it's you sure cannot take a play off, or you will get lost.
Some people have catchphrases that they use at the end of a game, at the end of a championship. They've thought it out. They've written it out. Does it come off the cuff from you?
You know, I think in 23 there were some things that I had that I knew that I wanted to nail if it happened. I don't have anything for tomorrow. Maybe it'll come tonight. I'm hoping that. I've been thinking about that. Hopefully we can drop the hammer. When we drop the hammer, that means we know the Bisons have won. But hopefully by the time we get to 3 o'clock and kick off tomorrow, something will come. Because right now I'm at a block. And actually what I said last year, or 2 years ago when they won the championship, didn't come until probably, I don't know, about an hour before kickoff. I kind of knew what I wanted to say, but just the emotion when we're here before the game getting ready, and you see all the fans coming in, and it'll come.
Billy, best of luck to Harding, and good luck, brother.
Thanks, Trey. Glad you guys are down here.
Drop the hammer.
Yeah.
Sure wish you could say that early in the game so we could just relax and enjoy the game, but nevertheless, drop the hammer. And speaking of dropping the hammer, two players who will have a huge impact on today's game. Two defenders, Ty Duggar, a Searcy native, combine that with Justin Sobczak, who is a Cabot native. So two Arkansans who plan to drop the hammer. We got a safety and a defensive end. Here is Justin Sobczak and Ty Duggar.
Ty and Justin playing for a national championship today. Your thoughts as you head in against Ferris State, Ty?
I'm expecting a battle tomorrow, but I'm really excited. We haven't played an opponent of this caliber all year, so I'm really looking forward to it. These are the games that you play for the championship and also just against a worthy opponent. and it's my last one, so it's just all the emotions, leaving it all out there tomorrow.
Justin, you put in the work in the summer, all off season. It all comes down to one game. What are the expectations against Ferris State?
I mean, like you said, I mean, we've done everything. We've worked everything in the summer. We had a great group in the summer that stayed all summer. And in 16 straight weeks or 15 straight weeks, we've done what we've expected. And, I mean, you got one more. You got to go out there. I mean, this is it. I mean, you just got to lay it all out on the line. So I expect everybody to do 125% of what they've done. And just excited to go out there, see all the Bison's fans out there.
What does the brotherhood mean?
I mean, it's everything. Just doing it not for yourself but for other teammates. Just loving one another like Ty. I mean, he can probably tell you more. I mean, he's not feeling 100%, but he's gonna go out there, do it. He's doing it for us and everybody. Being selfless.
Ty, I'm going to ask you the same thing. He just said it. You're not feeling 100%, but you're going to go out there and give it your all. What does the brotherhood mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's well said. I think it's just about love and loving each other, loving God. And I think that love really carries us so far. I think it has this whole year. There's not bonds like this anywhere else in the country. There's not a brotherhood like this anywhere else in the country. People claim that title, but I think this is the true brotherhood. And I think it's on display every Saturday by the way we play and just how hard we play for each other because of our love for each other.
You guys are 60 minutes away from a national championship. One more Saturday to play college football. The weather's going to be perfect. At the end of 60 minutes, if you guys are leading on the scoreboard, what will the emotions be like? Ty, you first.
Man, I mean, it'll be a mix of happy and sad. Of course, very happy, we get the job done. But, it'll be my last one with the Bison. So I've been thinking about that a lot, and I'm sad it's coming to an end, but I'll be very happy also.
And you?
The same thing as Ty. I mean, I have another year, but, just everything you've worked for. I mean, if we get the job done, I mean, I'm not a big crier, but, some tears may pop out. We'll see. I don't know.
Gentlemen, good luck in the game.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck, Ty.
Appreciate it.
Ty Duggar along with Justin Sobczak. All right, quick quiz, Trey.
Oh, boy.
Quick quiz. There have been 12,000 tickets sold. That's probably, I'm not sure how long ago that number was derived. How many were bought by the Harding Nation?
I would say over 8,000.
How about 9,000?
9,000.
Over 9,000
Wow.
of the 12,000 or so tickets thus far have been sold to the Harding University Nation. Here's another quick quiz.
Yep.
Last year, same place, same site, nothing changed except it was Ferris State, Valdosta State. Valdosta State out of Georgia. How many tickets do you think was sold to last year's game?
7,500.
How about 3,500?
Wow.
3,500.
Wow.
So, as you can very well see, this is what we call dropping the hammer.
It's also what you call Bison Strong.
Absolutely.
I've seen that around a lot, Randy, on shirts and sweatshirts and everywhere, and Bison Strong. It's not just a motto or a battle cry, if you will. They're showing it today because they are showing up in droves. The Bisons are here. They're ready for a good football game. As we said earlier, it is a little bit windy, but mid-70s and a little bit of wind. You can't beat that in December in Texas.
Unreal. And we do want to say this would not be happening if not for Stallion Transportation, Double B's, First Security, and Sonic Drive-In of Searcy and the DHR Group. They have allowed us to live the dream, and our thoughts are back, nothing negative, but Greg Rowden, he wasn't able to make it today. They're enjoying their Christmas today with family. That's understandable. But
I bet I know where they're going to be. They're going to be tuned into Billy Morgan. They're going to be watching it and turn down the volume of the ESPN2 crew at 3:30.
Absolutely.
3 o'clock, pardon me. 3:30 would be too late. Randy, we do have a couple of people on Facebook. Susan says, go Bisons. And then we have Papa Jert says, go Bisons.
There you go. And there is the music. We will step away for a moment. We got a bunch to get to today. in this short time frame. Do want to remind you, please stay tuned. At about 2:20 or so, you got to stay tuned for the man, Paul Simmons. He has got a message to deliver.
It's the love and joy shared with family and friends. In this special but often busy season, we are reminded of what is most important. Whether traveling miles to be with family or sharing laughs with our friends, let us not forget the true reason for the season as we celebrate the birth of Christ together. From all of us at Stallion Transportation, we wish you a Merry Christmas full of memories that will last a lifetime.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. One of the underrated gems of the Christmas music genre is a song recorded by Billy Squier at an MTV Christmas party some 40 years ago. Christmas is the time to say I love you, swings, rocks, and captures the joy of the season and our relationships with those whom we love. For you weans that don't know Billy Squier, check out his catalog. It's pretty great, and it rocks. You know what else is pretty great? Doublebees. Our 34 locations across Arkansas are humming along because we bring you what you need, what you want, and we do it with quickness, quality, and value. Get thee to a Doublebees right now because Doublebees, well, you know it. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
Welcome back once again to the Bison Tailgate Party right here on the grounds of McKinney ISD Stadium. I'm Randy Rainwater, joined again by Trey Shapp. And again, a very special thank you to our great sponsors, Sonic Drive-In of Searcy and the DHR Group. I'm always talking about, I got to have a Sonic Blast, or I've got to have a Sonic Smasher. Onion rings. I could go through the entire menu, that foot long with all the onions and chili and so forth and so on.
Do they deliver it to you?
If I knew I had to ask Gene Morris for something, it doesn't matter whether or not I'm in McKinney, Texas, or if I'm in Searcy, Arkansas. If Gene needs to deliver it, he would deliver it. That's the kind of service you always get from Sonic and America's Drive-In. So be sure and stop by any of the local Sonic drive-ins around our great state, especially there in the city of Searcy. Say thank you for allowing us to have this privilege of bringing this atmosphere, this moment, as Harding prepares to win its second national championship in the last 3 years. That's hard. Sometimes it's almost hard to imagine. All right, Trey, a man whose job today is going to be somehow slow down this train that is called the Ferris State Bulldogs. And that charge will be in the hands of one Roddy Moat.
Coach, obviously Ferris State, potent offense. You're the defensive coordinator for the Harding Bisons. How do you stop them?
Well, I don't. You just get ready and get prepared so your kids, are in the right spot and can turn it loose and get out there and play. And I think that's enough. I don't look at it as something I've got to stop them. I got to get my guys ready to really get ready to turn it loose, and that's what we do.
Go back to the summer when players stayed in Searcy, workouts, all preparing for this moment. Do you think they are as prepared as they could possibly be?
Oh, yes. I think our guys, they have invested. This group in the summer, has invested more than any other group we've ever had. And, even the ones that weren't actually in Searcy, but we had just a large number, the largest number ever, that stayed in Searcy. And, I think they're prepared for the moment. And a lot of that's just because of preparation, the work, and how much they've invested and their training and, just every day, going starting from Sunday all the way till game time, and how much they've visualized and just watched film. It's just part of the preparation, so I think they're ready.
What's it like working for Paul Simmons?
And he's just an incredible leader, full of passion and energy, and he's very good to us, and he's he does what he says he's going to do, and he's a very loyal person. I don't know that I've been around anybody that loves Harding football as much as he does, and and a lot of us, we played there. Harding's been a tremendous blessing. Just in my life, it's been a blessing, and all the other coaches that have played there. But I don't know that anybody loves it as much as Paul Simmons. He just, he loves Harding football.
A lot of players, a lot of coaches. The goal is to win a championship. To be able to do that twice in 3 years, what does that say about what is being built in Searcy, Arkansas?
Well, this is the way I've always looked at it. It's more about, it's a lot more than just winning and championships, because so many people, they don't get to experience what we've been able to experience 2 out of the last 3 years, and if you don't ever get to experience that, does that mean that you failed? And I just don't think that's what it's all about. I think it's about building and influencing the lives of young men and making them better men, and people that are full of integrity and passion, and they're accountable, and they just they're hard workers. They care about people, and all that translates really to all areas of your life, and in relationships with a spouse or your children, or even in the workplace, the community that you're involved in, and it's just winning the championships are kind of the pinnacle in terms of just being able to experience that, but I don't think that's what it's all about.
If you're able to win tomorrow, what will that say about this program?
Man, winning 2 out of 3 years, we've come a long way. And I've sitting here and I've thought about this for a long time. I played for Coach Brock. Coach Allison was the first coach at Harding, and I was able to play for him, and then Coach Richmond, I was there just for a small period of that. I wasn't really up at his feet much, but then Coach Tribble, Coach Huck, and then you got Paul Simmons, and I've just been able to kind of be at their feet and kind of experience a little piece of the way they do it and what they do, and it's just evolved, and there's so many bricks that have been laid to get to this point, and it just says a lot about those that have gone before us. I think about like Dr. Gaines and Dr. City, and I've got just my uncle, and it just says a lot about about the relationships that have been built over those many years, and it's about people, and I think that's what it says about Harding football.
Harding at the beginning of the year, Bison's fans, town of Searcy rallied behind you guys. Now it seems like the whole state of Arkansas is behind you guys. Can you guys sense that?
Yes, sir, I do. It's kind of like even when we were here the first time, I had no idea that really that many people cared about Harding football, and or about some of the success that was occurring within our program, and being in the state of Arkansas, being in the community of Searcy, and it's just been a wonderful experience, and you just can't say enough about people, and basically how they've loved on us, they've supported us, and you feel it.
Coach, good luck in the game.
Thank you. I sure appreciate it.
That's Roddy Moak, defensive coordinator of the Harding University Bison defense. And Trey, when you start looking at Ferris State's numbers, a year ago, when it was Ferris State who eliminated Harding from the playoffs in the quarterfinals, Ferris State was led by Tristan Chambliss, who is now the starting
Trinidad Chambliss.
Trinidad,
right? Yep.
Who is now the starting quarterback for the Ole Miss Rebels. I thought, and I'm sure everyone else thought, okay, he moves on. There's no way that Ferris State will be as good the following season. Oh my goodness, they're averaging over 600 yards of total offense a game.
Randy,
what a challenge.
It
oh
is
my
a big
goodness
challenge,
gracious.
and you have just received, thank you,
from
Sharon
smokes.
Sharon My Meat, Texas Craft Barbecue, right here. They have been providing barbecue. It looks like we've got some pulled pork, a rib, some brisket. Ralph is over there just diving into it. It looks tremendous. I'm going to pause for a second until we get to a break to partake in mine. But no, you're right. You thought that, okay, you lose Trinidad Chambliss, but yet here they are back here again. But let's say this too. The last time these two teams played, it was probably about 45 to 50 degrees colder and snowing.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have that today. If there's anything that the weather can help, and we've talked about it already, is the fact that it is a very strong wind out of the southwest, and McKinney ISD Stadium runs north and south, and it's got some openings on the ends of it. It doesn't look like, if you go to high school football games in the state of Arkansas, it's not a typical high school football stadium in the state of Arkansas. It's a Texas high school football stadium. It looks like a small college football stadium. But the wind does change directions. It's got tunnels on the ends to where the wind can't get in there. It could affect a passing game today, Randy, so we'll have to see. And I think we'll know early on how much it is affecting the passing game, if it does at all.
And Trey, so often you'll hear coordinators, particularly defensive coordinators, we'd like to get them to be one-handed, so to speak. This is going to be difficult because unless the wind provides that second or third or whatever you want to call it, or 11th or 12th or 13th defender, this wind could be the only thing that could really disrupt, I think, this offense, obviously other than the Harding defense. But this is such a balanced attack that it's going to be difficult to take away one phase and really cripple this offense of Ferris State.
No, you're exactly right, Randy. And I think when I talked with Paul Simmons, and you talked about it before we went to the last break about make sure you're tuned in. If you don't hear anything today, you want to hear his interview. I think it's just, man, what a individual, what a person he is, what a man of faith he is. And in talking with him, I can see how he can motivate young men to be the best that they can be. He talks about playing 1,000 miles an hour. I'm just giving you a little,
okay,
a little tease here. Playing 1,000 miles an hour, Randy. If you do that, if you give maximum effort, hey, you might have a couple of mistakes, but you know what? There's somebody right there behind him ready to go. Play 1,000 miles an hour, fast, and that's how they want to try to play today. And defensively, if they can play fast like that, I think they've got a chance.
Well, I'm mad at you now because I wanted to play Paul.
I'm not going to let you play it at the beginning.
I know. I wanted to play at the beginning. I wanted to play it at the end, and now here you are giving me this
just a small
teaser.
tidbit.
I know.
We've got over 4 minutes with him. I gave you 5 seconds.
No, that's just mean. That's just mean-spirited. Folks, there have been some, and I do mean inspirational speeches I have heard from Paul Simmons, and if you were a player, if that would not want you to run through that brick wall, then I'm not sure what will ever motivate you. Now,
I think he could rival Houston Nutt in pregame speeches.
I agree with that.
He might even be better.
I can agree with that 110%. Now, we'll kind of set the stage real quick. We should have done this to begin with, but just quickly, we are surrounded. We're in a parking lot right outside the stadium, northeast corner of McKinney ISD Stadium. And I must tell you, it is a sea of humanity. But I want to give a very special thank you to my sister-in-law, Jamie and Jeremy. Well, Jeremy's my brother-in-law. But they live about 10 minutes away from here in Allen, Texas. And I got to tell you, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be on the air right now. They provided the generator. So that we have the necessary. Jamie, I'm not sure if you're listening, but if you are, we want to say thank you because this could not have happened without your assistance, nor could it have happened without the great support Butch and Stallion Transportation, Double B's and Steve Lytle, First Security and Scott Brady, and certainly Greg Rowden, Gene Morris, and everyone at the DHR group of the Sonic Drive-Ins of Searcy for making this possible as well, because without them, this would not have been possible. And you can obviously tell, Trey, that the crowd's beginning to thin. I'm guessing
it is. There's a long line.
Are headed towards the stadium.
Yeah, the gates opened at 1:30. There is a line, but they're starting to file in there. It's almost 2 o'clock right now. Game kicks off in an hour. You talk about playoffs. This is a true playoff. Division II has been a true playoff. College football playoff, Randy. It's going on right now. Miami and Texas A&M, 3-3 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
3-3 in the fourth quarter.
Did not expect that at all. Did not expect that at all. All right, we're going to step away for a moment. We've got a lot more to cover. Stay with us. Trey Schapp, I'm Randy Rainwater. The Bison Tailgate Party, live from the D2 Championships here in McKinney, Texas, will continue in a moment.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security, because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
The best gifts are not found under the tree. It's the love and joy shared with family and friends. In this special but often busy season, we are reminded of what is most important. Whether traveling miles to be with family or sharing laughs with our friends, let us not forget the true reason for the season as we celebrate the birth of Christ together. From all of us at Stallion Transportation, we wish you a Merry Christmas full of memories that will last a lifetime.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Oh, my. I wish that break was longer.
We have made a vow that we would not eat on the air, so I'll put that aside for a moment. I got caught right there in the middle of that break, eating that delicious rib and pulled pork. That is outstanding.
Randy, if people want to see it on the Facebook Live, Twitter, YouTube, that rib right there just looks fantastic.
That is just one.
And it is.
One little
That's one rib.
All right, welcome back once again to the Bison Tailgate Party here on the grounds of McKinney High School ISD Stadium. And we are at the northeast corner. That's Trey Schapp. I'm Randy Rainwater. Thanks for being with us today on this very, very special occasion. Trey, this young man that we're about to hear from is approaching 2,000 yards rushing on the season. And he is 22 yards away. And I asked Andrew, I said, you think he can break 2,000? You realize that's, he said, oh, I think I can get 22 yards. He's only averaging 171 yards a game.
Yeah, and he needs how many?
22.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
And he's averaging 6.5 yards per carry. He has 27 touchdowns to his credit. He is putting together, he was the runner-up in the Harlan Hill Award, that is the Heisman for Division II. The accolades could go on. He's been named to several first-team All-American teams, and I don't know how he wasn't the best in Division II this year, but that's not our fight.
So we might only need, 4 carries to eclipse the yardage?
Oh, yeah. Knowing him, he's had several 70-plus yard runs.
Might do it on
the
first carry.
He might do it on the first carry.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Here's Andrew Miller.
Andrew, you're playing for a national championship. Played for one 2 years ago. How's this one different?
This one's a little different for me because the one 2 years ago I didn't get any offensive snaps. I just was a special teams guy. So definitely looking forward to, getting some carries and getting to tote the ball for our offense.
You've had a heck of a year. Only one way to finish it, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't want to come all this way just to, fail at the top. Not satisfied with just getting here. We really want to finish out with that win. So,
when you get out there on the field, do you think back to the summer and all the workouts that you guys have put in, the brotherhood, everybody locking arms, and it's, a hat on a hat for 60 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a big group stay here this summer. We're all working really hard together, and we've seen it pay off, and now we get to all do it together, just like we talked about, in the summertime and in the fall, and finally get to put the icing on the cake.
Does it feel like there's more than just Searcy and Harding University behind you guys, that maybe the whole state of Arkansas is behind you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. And just like there's people everywhere that support us. Our coach tells us he gets phone calls and messages from people, out of state, all over the country, just saying that they're watching us and supporting us. And, it means a lot just because people outside of Arkansas love us, and, strong fan base here in Texas too. So, which, we'll all see tomorrow.
When the game is over, 0-0-0, Harding's on top, what will the emotions be like for you?
Man, there's no way to predict that for me. I'm not too much of a crier, but who knows? Maybe we'll see some tears. But it's going to be probably a sappy moment because I'll be sad to see these seniors go. But there's no other better way to go. So,
good luck in the game.
Thank you so much.
Trey, I was thinking as you were showing off that rib a moment ago that there is only one thing that was missing to top this off would have been a truffle blast from Sonic. And I made this statement a few moments ago that if Gene Morris had known that I wanted a truffle blast, the Sonic group, the DHR group, Gene would have provided me with that Sonic blast, with that truffle blast. So I just didn't think ahead, and I would have said, Gene, where's my truffle blast?
All you had to do is text me. I drove right by a Sonic on the way over here. If you would have texted me, Randy, I would have brought you anything you wanted.
Oh, my gosh.
But Trey's ribs are looking really good right now.
It's almost gone.
Don't mess with that play.
Hey,
okay.
Thank y'all so much for being here.
It's
Thank y'all
awesome.
for coming down here, and we appreciate everything the Buzz always does. And man, to come down here to see Harding fight for a national championship, we appreciate that so much. The city of Searcy, community of Searcy, Harding Nation, let's go. Bison Nation, we're going to make it happen. So we're super excited that y'all are down here today.
Gene, we have felt the love. It started yesterday, obviously, when we did our special 3-hour from the Marriott Convention Center. But once you got out here, it's like a whole new level.
Yep.
And it is amazing not only what we're seeing from the Harding University Bison Nation, but from the state of Arkansas. We're feeling so much love, so much energy and support for Harding across our entire state of Arkansas.
Hey, I think this is Harding South.
Yes.
Because I had a parking pass that I bought earlier this week. I had to park, I think it's somewhere in Oklahoma. It is over there on the home side of the field, so it's on Ferris State side where I had to park, and it's nothing but a sea of black and gold, buddy.
Wow.
I'm telling you, there's Harding people lined up all the way around this stadium. I've walked literally around this stadium, and they're lined up all the way around. So, way to show up, Bison Nation. Man, this is going to be incredible. It's going to be a great game.
We hope so.
This is why you, quote, play the game. All right, we're going to squeeze in. Thank you, Gino.
Andy.
And I wish I had my truffle blast, but that's okay. Here's Matt Underwood, assistant head coach of the Harding University Bison.
All right, Harding's in another national championship game. This doesn't get old, does it?
Man, this is unbelievable. Yeah, if this ever gets old, you're in the wrong profession. Just having all these people here, with an unbelievable group of kids to get to see play tomorrow. It's just an honor to stand on the sideline with them. And these kids have believed from the very beginning that this is what was going to happen.
Back in August, the workouts, I've been told several times today that this has been the most attended summer workouts, best summer workouts that you guys have ever had in Searcy. Why is that?
I think as our staff stays together longer and we have more kids that experience what we're doing, I think it's just like a big boulder rolling down the hill that just picks up momentum and kids want to be a part of it. And a huge thing with our program is I think our kids just don't want to let each other down, and they know how important the summer workouts are, the in-season workouts are. We have who I think is the best string coach in the country, Michael Gregg, and every week after the game I say, man, you showed up today. I mean, we won because of you, and he's really special. Nobody would probably recognize him, but if you're a college football coach, you know how important a strength coach is to the program. But we just have kids that don't want to let each other down.
Paul Simmons, what does he mean to you, and what does he mean to Harding football?
So I've known Paul since 2003. He hired me for my first job in Memphis. He was coaching at a high school in Memphis. He hired me out of Harding University, and so I've known him since 2003. He introduced me to my wife. He told us we would get married. He was right. So he is one of the most influential people in my life. I coached high school ball for 11 years in Tennessee, and then got a chance to come back home in 2014, and he was already back here, and I think he played a pretty big role in getting me back. But Paul's got a lot of really good qualities that make him a great head coach, but God has given him the gift of unreal leadership. He knows how to inspire people. He will tell you he's not messing with X's and O's. He lets his coaches coach. He doesn't micromanage us. He trusts us. When it comes to motivating kids, getting kids to love each other and play really hard, I don't think there's anybody better.
If you guys are fortunate enough to win another national championship, 2 in 3 years, what will that say about Harding football?
Well, I hope what it says is that, there's so many people that are pulling together, trying to do things the right way, that love each other, and obviously being a faith-based institution and being a program that truly tries to do things in a way that God can be proud of. I hope that it points people back to the Lord in some way. I hope people can look at us and say, you can do it the right way. A lot of people talking about doing the right way, but you can love your kids. You don't have to demean your kids to win. You can motivate out of love. You can have a player-coach relationship that will turn into a friendship down the road, where guys want to come back and be a part of the program. The greatest thing that could happen to me is former players, tell me, hey, Coach, I'm a daddy. I want you to come see my baby. Or, hey, I'm getting married. I want you to be at my wedding. I mean, that's the kind of culture that we're trying to create. And so I hope people will just take notice that, hey, you can be a college football program, and it doesn't have to be like everybody else.
Does it feel like at the beginning of the year you had the city of Searcy, the university, supporting you guys, and now here at the end, I mean, December the 20th? Yes, sir. The fact that you've got the state of Arkansas on your guys' backs?
Yeah, first of all, the Searcy community, it's been so different than it used to be. When I was playing in the early 2000s, I don't think the relationship between Harding football and the Searcy community was real good, maybe partly because we didn't win. Obviously, winning brings people. But I think our players and how they interact in the community, how they're going to elementary schools every week with our Bison Buddy program, I think that's played a huge role. Paul has been awesome reaching out to the community, and not only community of Searcy, but he's done a good job of bringing people in from the state of Arkansas to support our program, and it is so fun to feel like the state is supporting us, to know that tomorrow, even if people aren't at the game, there's going to be people across the state of Arkansas that are wearing black and gold, that are pulling for the Bisons. You can still be a Hog fan and pull for Harding. You don't have to be one or the other. You can be both, and we'll have a lot of those tomorrow. I remember when we won our last national championship, my wife had to drive me all the way home because I had to spend the entire time answering texts from people all across the state, and that was so fun.
And that was Matt Underwood. We will continue. Stay tuned. Coming up, Paul Simmons as our Harding tailgate party continues in a moment.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. One of the underrated gems of the Christmas music genre is a song recorded by Billy Squier at an MTV Christmas party some 40 years ago. Christmas is the time to say I love you, swings, rocks, and captures the joy of the season and our relationships with those whom we love. For you weans that don't know Billy Squier, check out his catalog. It's pretty great, and it rocks. You know what else is pretty great? Doublebees. Our 34 locations across Arkansas are humming along because we bring you what you need, what you want, and we do it with quickness, quality, and value. Get thee to a Doublebees right now, because Doublebees, well, you know it. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
Drop the hammer. We're about to drop the hammer in just a few moments, bring this special broadcast to a conclusion. Trey Schapp, I'm Randy Rainwater. Thanks once again to Stag and Transportation, Doublebees, First Security Bank, along with Sonic, America's Drive-In, and the DHR Group. And they have made this special presentation of this D2 National Championship matchup between Ferris State and Harding University all possible. And we've been saving the best for last.
Got
and
to.
I've been waiting to play this particular interview now for several minutes after Trey teased me last night on what Coach Simmons actually had to say.
I hope it lives up to the hype.
Okay, I'm with you on that one, but I do believe it's hard to believe that anything that Coach Simmons does is not going to be inspirational. So let's get right to it. Here's Coach Paul Simmons.
Coach Simmons, second national championship game in 3 years. How have you gotten back here?
I tell you what, we really have amazing kids. They love each other. I can't overstate the way they do things, the accountability, the work ethic, the passion, and then really the secret ingredient is just how much they love each other and how much they buy into the philosophy of leaders eat last. Right, we're going to lead by washing feet. We're going to lead by serving, and you know, when you have talented guys, but they buy into the mission of loving one another, good things happen. You know, our coaching staff have been together a long time, and those guys just get better and better, and it's very humbling to get to be along for the ride, and it really is surreal. 2 years ago, the phrase kept being used, man, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You know, I never dreamed that we could do it again. It's so hard to do, but just really, really proud to be here and can't wait to watch these guys play one last time.
Paul, at the beginning of the year, it was the town of Searcy, it was Harding University. It seems like now, middle of December, it's the whole state of Arkansas that you guys are playing for.
Well, there's no way that I could explain what it means to me to feel like maybe something that we did, something that we have going on can bring some pride to Arkansas. I'm an Arkansas guy through and through. It matters so much to me, and it really is neat to be in Little Rock at a restaurant or somewhere and have a guy come up and say, are you Coach Simmons? Yeah, I'm Coach Simmons. And, you know, hey, I didn't grow up Harding. I haven't been around the program much, but I've become a Harding fan because of the way your guys do things, and you know, you've brought a lot of pride to us. And you know, I want you to know I'm a Razorback through and through, but my D2 team is the Harding Bisons, and we want to do things in a way that can make people proud. That matters a lot to me, and it's very humbling, and it's really neat.
The ultimate goal, trying to win a championship. That's what the fans say. You say the ultimate goal is to make believers out of these kids and to make them better in life. If you're able to win a championship, that's just one step in life, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt. Day one, what is the goal, man? What is the goal? The goal is to have the best culture in America in college football, and for us, that begins and ends with honoring God. What honors God? Loyalty, selflessness, toughness, accountability, humility, right? And what we want to do is impact and raise up Christian fathers, guys that serve their home, guys that honor their wife, guys that come through for their family, right? When times get tough and it's hard, I mean, I want a bunch of young men that do not have plan B. There's no plan B. I'm going to be there. I'm going to raise my kids. I'm going to stay in the fight. And no matter how hard it is, I'm not going anywhere. And if we fail in modeling that, if we fail in modeling this is how Christ says you're going to lead your home, then no amount of national titles make it worth it. And the whole thing is a failure. And we do not want to fail when it comes to the mission of impacting young men's lives for eternity.
What will it take to beat Ferris State?
We got to be who we are. We got to have long, suffocating drives, got to have a few takeaways, take care of the football. But, these guys have already, what they have done has been amazing. And my biggest goal tonight, this whole week, is to turn them loose, right? To turn them loose, to let them play fearless, without fear of messing up. Let it rip. Do it for one another. If you make a mistake, let's do it 1,000 miles an hour, and no fear. Love drives out fear, and we're going to play with great love for one another, and hopefully in the fourth quarter look up, and it's going to be Bisons on top.
Coach, good luck in the game. Go Bisons.
Hey, thank you, brother. Go Bisons.
That's Paul Simmons. Turn them loose. I was ready to drop the hammer, but now I'm ready to turn them loose.
I didn't want to tell you that one. I didn't want to tell you no fear. I didn't want to tell you turn them loose. I wanted you to hear it.
Well, I'm ready to play. I'm out of eligibility, but I can go out and stand on the sidelines.
I don't know if how many surgeries would let you play.
That won't count. When it's time to play ball, that doesn't count.
Yeah, adrenaline, man.
The crowd is beginning to filter into the stadium. The kickoff is not until 3 o'clock, but the crowd is beginning to filter in. We do want to encourage you, if you're not able, if you're in the listening area of 95.3, that is the radio broadcast. That's where you hear Billy Morgan, Park Parish, as they call the action today. And as we have made our way through this hour, hopefully you've gleaned a little insight into what it means to be a member of this Harding Nation and part of this brotherhood, because we are on the outside, but we're looking in.
Yeah.
And you can feel the love, you can feel the commitment trait. That, to me, probably personifies more than anything is the love they have for each other, the support they have for each other, because this gets to be a worn-out phrase. I've got your back. They have each other's back, legitimately. It's not words. They put it into action, and that's the thing that impresses me the most. When you hear Coach Simmons talk about it, or Coach Underwood, Coach Moat, it doesn't matter who you hear it from, but then you hear from the players. Those are the ones that are playing the game, and they have each other's back. That, to me, speaks volumes what the brotherhood actually means.
And, Randy, it's not coach speak. When
No.
you talk to Coach Simmons, it's not coach speak. It is from the heart. It is genuine, and it is what he believes and what he preaches, and that's how he's built the culture and improved from year to year to year with Harding football. You look what they did 2 years ago right here in this stadium. They're no strangers to playing here at McKinney ISD. Ferris State isn't either. They were here last year. But they're back. They've got fans. They're going to be outnumbered. Ferris State is. Can the Bison's fans be louder and create a home field atmosphere today? I say they will. It's probably going to sound like First Security Stadium South or Southwest, if you will. Randy, I'm just disappointed. This is like my first Harding football game to get to go to because every Saturday in the fall we're covering the Razorbacks. And I'm excited to see this in person. I've seen it on television. Amy and I were in Dallas last weekend. We went to the Arkansas-Texas Tech game. After the game, we went to eat, and we had the game on. Amy's like, turn the game on. I want to see what they're doing. So we watched them play up against Kutztown. It's just exciting that everybody is rallying around it. The people that have come up to us down here and said, hey, we're glad you're here. We would do this 100 times over again. As long as you guys get here, we would do it 100 times over again. So I'm excited to see and to be watching a team compete for a national championship. I've done it in baseball. I wasn't there in '94 when Arkansas won the national title. You were. But to see a team have a chance from the state of Arkansas win a national championship at an NCAA level, I don't care what level it is, I'm excited to watch it.
It's magical. That's as simple as I can say. It's magical. You were talking about that 1994 national championship, which Arkansas defeated Duke. And every time I look back upon that memory, I think back to that memory, I remember the very first moment when the final buzzer went off, and I looked at Coach Richardson, and to see the look on his face, the joy. I mean, all of the pressure, it was gone. All of the anxiety, everything that you could worry about, it was now over. And I just remember that feeling, that sense of accomplishment that only comes because there's only one. There's only one when you get to this moment. There's only one that's going to be a national champion. And Harding did it 2 years ago. And you can say that was magical 2 years ago. This will be magical again this season.
Agreed, yeah.
Because it's a different cast of characters. You've got some who are returning who played in that game 2 years ago. But that experience certainly will carry over into today's game. But it's a new year. Every year is a new year. And Harding has a tremendous challenge. This is the defending champion of Division II, Ferris State. So they're not going to give it up easy. They're not going to give it up easy. They've made their run through the playoffs. If you've been looking at the numbers that Ferris State has been putting up through these playoffs, equally just as impressive as what Harding has been able to accomplish in their road going to the playoffs.
And Randy, they have always said, if you want to be the champion, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And right now, Ferris State, the Division II defending champion. Last year, Harding was the defending champion. Ferris State beat them. Can Harding repay them today for that loss in the quarterfinals last season? Hopefully so. Hopefully so. Hopefully Harding is walking out of here tonight and they've got a national championship and they're going back to the hotel. And Paul Simmons, if anybody out there is listening and I don't know if you're coming down or whatever, after the game, no matter win or lose, he wants to see all former players, all Harding people back at the hotel. He wants to just have a chance to get together and soak it all in, win or lose, and I think that's what's special.
Well, the ones who have not been sleeping will probably sleep good tonight.
I bet they will.
And that's Roddy Moak and the defensive coordinator of Ferris State trying to figure out how you can slow down.
How do you slow them down?
Okay, Rick, I'm sorry. These unbelievable offenses for both Ferris State and Harding. Harding is going to do it on the ground. Ferris State is very balanced. They can do it through the air. They can do it on the ground as well. I heard this statistic, 6 backs, that includes the quarterback, 6 backs have over 60 carries coming into this game today. Now that's balance.
That's balance.
That's having the firepower.
Thanks, HB, back in the studio.
HB, you're the man.
And Randy, go Bisons.
Go Bison, hammer down. For Trey Shep, I'm Randy Rainwater. Thanks for all the great support. Have a great afternoon. Go Harding.